Hello everyone. In last lecture we covered the first unit of management accounting. Now from this lecture onwards we will start second unit. Second units of analysis of financial statements. Well, the topics to be covered in this video are meaning, advantages and merits of financial statements, meaning, advantages, merits and tools for financial analysis, and one of the financial tools, that is comparative balance sheet. Now what are financial statements? Now, the financial statement word is basic meaning that statement which cover the financial or monetary aspects of monetary information. But financial statement, it is a formal record of the financial activities of a business, person, or entity, and it is sometimes often refers to as an accountant. Although the term financial statement is particularly used by accountant. Now, what are the advantages of financial statements? Generally, financial statement advantage is considered that it is used for legal compulsory or ramifications, consequences. But legal consequences of not keeping good books is the only benefit of financial reporting or financial statement. It has other financial advantages like better debt management. Well, the amount of debt by a company taken by a company carries in different forms and different measures of the financial health of company. Financial statement prepared by the company in the form of assets and liabilities gives a clear picture that what the company is bringing in and what company owes. Then identifying trends. Financial statements helps a company's management to take a quick and detailed look at the ways in which they have been doing business over a period of time. Not only this, it is also to identify any past or present trends that either can lead to problems down the road and need to be tackled right away. So this can also be used to identify sales and growth trends that could lead to increased profitability. Then progress tracking in real time. Financial statements are designed to be in fluid documents that changes many times over the course of a reporting period. It all depends on how many different income and expense factors are there. Therefore, paying close attention to the statements such as the balance sheet or profit and loss account, it makes easier to make important decisions while things are happening rather than having to retrospectively analyze the financial statements after the fact. Easier for a business to gauge whether or not business is making progress or it is falling behind or going upward. But there are few limitations of financial statements, like it is based on historical events. Means financial statement do not disclose the current worth of the company. Initially, the transactions were recorded at their cost value, but the value of asset and liabilities changes over time. Sometimes items such as marketable securities, the company altered the amount to match changes in its market value. But other items like fixed assets, it's stagnant. Therefore, the balance sheet can be misleading if it is being prepared by the large amount, which is based on historical data. Then, based on personal judgment, well, the value of asset that appears in the statement depends upon the standard of person who deals with it. For example, the method of depreciation, mode of amortization of assets, etc. It all depends on the personal judgment of the account. Then, inflationary effects. If the situation of inflation is there, the rate is relatively high. So the amount of asset and liabilities in the balance sheet will appear inaccordingly low as you cannot adjust it for inflation. And this most applies to long-term assets. Judgment in respect of various accounting policies means balance sheet is prepared on the basis of going concern concept, where the assets valuation does not represent realizable value or replacement value. And if you know the amount that can be expressed through financial statement is not accurate, it depends upon the judgment of the management in respect of accounting policies to be followed. Then intangible assets not recorded means generally assets like intangible, those are goodwill or patent, are not recorded. And if accountant charge any expenditure made to creation of intangible asset of an expense, that is more ironical. So this policy underestimates the value of a business, especially one who spent a large amount to build up a brand image to develop new products. And it is a particular problem for startup companies that who creates intellectual property but so far who generates minimal sales. They're not always comparable across companies. If a company wants to compare, say, results of its company with different companies, so their financial statements are not always comparable because different companies use different accounting practices. Then false figures. The management team of a company may skew the results, and this happens many a time. Few scams are unearthed like September. This. And this situation arises when there is under pressure to report excellent results, or such as when a bonus plans for payouts only if the sales level increases. Then lack of non-financial factors. So financial factors are only considered into financial statements. Non-financial factors like loyalty of worker or tension, discomfort taken by the entrepreneurs are they are purely ignored. And then figures are distorted. Means financial statement provide information about either historical results or the financial status of business on a specific date. The statement does not provide any value in predicting what will happen in future. Now, the second component of this lecture is financial analysis. Analysis means post-mortem. So here financial analysis is basically the post-mortem of financial information or the process of evaluating businesses, projects, budgets, and other financial related decisions. Main aim is to know about their performance and suitability. And typically these statements are stable, used to know if the entity is stable in terms of short-term or long-term solvency or profitable enough for a investment. Now, what are the advantages? The advantages of financial statement is cash flow review. Well, the cash flow statement is one of the financial statements used in financial analysis. As the name implies, it accounts for money in and money out, cash in, cash out, cash in, cash flow, inflow, outflow. And it shows the financial solvency of a company to pay out its liability at any point in time. Many companies have cyclical revenues but consistent expenses. So knowing that how much is the cash inflow, the expenses can be managed as on date. Then company liability review. The financial statement shows the existing liabilities. These include business loans, lines of credit, credit cards, credit extended from vendors, accounts payable, etc. So, business owner who is planning to apply for a business expansion loan can look at the financial statements and determine if he or she needs to reduce existing liabilities before applying it and can do so. And lenders also look at the financial statement and consider the revenue, assets, and existing liabilities. Then review assets and inventory. The balance sheet is a component of the financial statement. Assets are included on the balance sheet, and analyzing whether there is too much inventory or too little helps business owners prepare up coming sales months. Keeping too much inventory on hand is a potential problem that ties up money, while not having enough inventory can lead to losing customers and market share. Then identify trends and determine steps needed. Well, analyzing the financial statements from, say, quarter to quarter or year to year helps business owners to see trends in growth. A young business might have losses in the early years, but it is developing product and a customer base. And at the same time, statement shows whether the business owner is meeting projected estimates. So, took an example, if a business is projecting a 10% annual growth, but only achieving 7%. So, business leader needs to look for ways to either cut cost or increase revenues. So, the financial statement identifies the information to explore further. Then, seeking investment capital. When a business seeks partners or investors, the financial statements are critical. Analyzing the statements not only helps investors determine if a company is making money, but it also helps to identify a reasonable cost per share. And shareholders usually invest capital for growth. And that is why shareholder equity is defined based on capital investment, which is having a formula of like capital assets, capital investment added to assets with subtracted liabilities. to know the shareholder equity. Then the screening tool, forecasting tool, diagnostic tool, or evaluation tool. These are the tools basically for future. Screening tools to know about the exact what has to be done in past, to screen out the all financial transaction. Forecasting to help to know about the profit and loss available for the future growth expansion of the business. Diagnosis in terms of controlling deviations are there. If projected profit as said 10% growth but only 7%, so diagnosis should be done where the company is lacking. And evaluation in terms of monetary terms subjective profit is available either for expansion or different areas. Then there are few limitations of financial analysis, like while doing financial analysis, firm fails to consider the price changes. Means they keep on, they won't look after the inflation. They look only the micro factors, current situation only. Then intangible asset, that is already we have discussed this. Some business not record intangible asset, but they record the as a purchase of intangible asset as an expenses. Then firm consider only the monetary aspects, like all non-monetary aspects like loyalty of workers, businessmen, pension, discomfort, all are ignored. Then firms prepare the financial statements on ongoing concept, means does not reflect the current position, not necessarily provide what happens in future, only backward looking. Sometimes financial analysis can be ambiguous, means without the prior knowledge, changes in accounting procedure, it is followed by the enterprises, which is not advisable at all. And it is only a study of reports, not an end. But it doesn't mean it is not important. It is very, very important. And these are the important tools of financial analysis, like comparative, in this comparative balance sheet, comparative income statement, then common size financial statement, common size balance sheet, common size income statement, then trend percentages, ratio analysis, fund flow statement, cash flow statement. In this lecture, we will discuss comparative balance sheet. Now, by name, comparative means comparison between 2 years or more than 2 years. Well, a comparative balance sheet is basically to make comparison with the items appears in the balance sheet, either it's an asset, liability, or equity, with different periods of time. And one can easily find out the increase or decrease in value of each item of the balance sheet with absolute figure as well as in percentage. And to be very honest, there is no prescribed standard format for comparative sheet. And the users of financial statement, they can develop a very trendline analysis with the help of comparative balance sheet. Now, this is the format of comparative balance sheet. Particulars previous year, say we are making comparison of 2017 and 18. So 2017 will be the previous year, 2018 will be the current year, then absolute change, current minus previous, then percentage change. The figure appears in the absolute, that is third, divided by previous year, multiply by 100, that will be in percentage. So this is one of the format which is generally advisable from external point of view, that is I took it. So it is fixed asset, net fixed asset we consider, then investments, then working capital, which is current asset minus current liability. So all fixed assets will be previous year, current year, then their difference, it may be increase or decrease, and the percentage may be increasing or decreasing. Then investment, working capital, all current asset, all current liabilities. Then we add all these three fixed assets, investment and working capital, we get capital employed. So capital employed is fixed asset plus investment plus working capital. So out of this capital employed, long-term borrowings like loans and debentures are to be subtracted year-on-year basis. Then the term which is termed as is called as shareholders fund. And this shareholder fund must be represented by equity share capital, preference share capital, reserve, and surplus. So the two shareholders fund must be same. There will be no difference between these two shareholders fund. And this is one of the formats which is being advisable from external point of view. So with the help of this, we comes to an end of this lecture. In the coming lectures, we will discuss the other tools for financial analysis. Thank you.